Oh, good morning and welcome to Wanda United Methodist Church. It's a little strange today because it's just me and Tammy and a camera. So we're all facing something pretty new and unique right now. And churches all over the country, all around the world, honestly, are closed. Lots of folks are doing online church right now. Lots of pastors like me are trying to figure out how this is supposed to work, and we're just not sure. So one of the things that I want to do today is talk about what we need to do. While we are quarantined, while we are doing our social distancing, that doesn't necessarily mean we need to be isolated. I can tell you yesterday my mother and I went for a drive. It was just her and I, got her out. It was a beautiful day. We took a drive out in the country, listened to the radio, talked about memories, just had a wonderful, wonderful day. And I encourage you, get somebody close to you, jump in the car, go for a drive. Bring your picnic lunch. Go through a drive-through. Take some time, get outdoors. Because we're quarantined does not right now mean we have to simply stay in the house. Get up, get out, go do something. Another thing to remember is we want to try and make sure that we are spending time, as much time as we can, with others. If you've got somebody who you know is isolated, just generally, take your phone number, write it down on a piece of paper, and go tape it to their door. Give them a call. Talk to them on the phone. You can still talk to people. Just keep a little distance. We're still called to be Christians. We're still called to love each other. We're called to love others in a sacrificial way. Now, right now, that does not mean that we need to go out and take unnecessary risks. Right now, we need to keep a little distance, but that doesn't mean that we just shut ourselves down and completely isolate. We need to get out. We need to go and try and be with others as much as we can. We need to try and keep the crowds down. And I know for some folks, they're talking about no more than 10 people in any one setting. For some families, that can be pretty tough because there's more than 10 people getting together. Break it down. Hang out with different people at different times. Do your best. Find ways. We got to be creative. One of the things for me to be creative was to try and do this and have it on YouTube. I'm also trying to do Facebook Live at the same time using my phone up here on the pulpit. I'm not sure it's working. So we're working on it. There are so many things that we can do. One, read the Bible. This is one of the best times. As a matter of fact, it was kind of funny. The bishop, Bob Farr, as he was telling us on Wednesday that we needed to do this to not have our congregations meet in typical services, he said it might be a good time for him to study the Bible. I kind of had to chuckle. I thought, well, if the bishop needs to study the Bible, obviously I need to study it as well. So having that time to do it is very important. Spending time in Scripture, ask yourself questions. Do a little research. For those of you who are part of our congregation, and even those of you who aren't part of our congregation, if you have a question, shoot me an email. We've got a couple different ways that you can do that. One is a church called Wanda, all one word, at hotmail.com. That is a church's email account. And my email account is woodrd@live.com. Email your questions. I may not have all the answers. I can guarantee I won't have all the answers. But I will do my best to find the answer, and I will let you know. Getting out, being around, as we look at different ways to share God's love, to be with each other. One, when we go to the store, just get the things that you need. This is not a time to try and hoard stuff. what has gone on with toilet paper has been a very odd thing in my opinion. Even trying to get out the other day and buy a hamburger. It took going to about 4 different places before we were able to find hamburger. There's plenty of food. There's plenty of places to go to get food. All we need to do is have a little bit of sense. So as we're spending time at home, as we're spending time just with family, use this as a time to reconnect. Don't get wrapped up in fear. After the sermon, put your phone down. Turn off the electronics. Take some time to reconnect one-on-one. It may seem small, but it could be huge. This can be a time that we can really make huge strengthening differences in our families, believe it or not, in our communities. Knowing who's out there, knowing who needs what, being able to step out and help somebody else. At this time of need, that is one of the greatest things we can do. You know, if you have somebody who has trouble going and getting groceries, find out what they need. They can text you a list if you just don't feel like getting over, or if they're in a situation where maybe you don't feel like they can handle the risk of contact. They can text you a list of things that they need at the store. You can go get it and deliver it. Just drop it off on their front porch. There are so many different ways and things that we can do to just help each other. And that's really what we need to do. This is what we should be doing all the time anyway. A lot of these things are real simple. We just need to do them. We just need to get out, be with each other, rely on each other, and take the time to show God's love for everyone. You know, I encourage you, even if it's somebody who you maybe you have a neighbor that is not your favorite person. We all know those exist. Step forward. Step out of your comfort zone. Put your anger aside. See if they need help. If they need help, help them. Also, if you need help, ask for it. Pride can be a terrible thing. We let it get in the way of so many of life's blessings. Don't let your pride get in your way. If you need something, let someone know. And then graciously accept the help that is offered. Because sometimes that gracious acceptance will be a huge blessing for the person who's helping. And when we can do that, sometimes it's not comfortable. I know I don't often like asking for help. Sometimes I have to. Any more often I have to. So when you ask for help, graciously accept the help. And know that that acceptance can be as much of a blessing to the person who's helping you as they were to you in giving you the help you needed. As we are dealing with this COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic, there are some things that we just need to do. One, of course, the social distancing, which just have some sense. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have to go out and lock yourself in your house and barricade yourself in. That's not what we're worried about. Get out. Go to a park. When's the last time you went to a park and you walked around and you had 10 people more than 6 feet from you? Probably been a while. I know there's been times I've even gone to a crowded park and most people pretty much keep their distance. Obviously, going to the mall or things like that is not necessarily going to be the best thing to do right now. But remember those local businesses. Remember the folks who are going to be in need. Knowing that there's a lot of folks who are going to be falling pretty short because they're not going to be able to go to their job. Waiters, waitresses, cooks. There's a lot of folks who are just going to be hurt tremendously. by the economic implications of this pandemic. One of the best things we can do is remember those, help them as we can. If you have extra, give to a food bank. If you have, anything, any extra clothes that you don't wear anymore, take them to a DAV or to a thrift shop someplace that can be used to try and help get things to people in need. We have a golden, glorious opportunity to truly be the church. This week here at Wanda United Methodist Church, we had a pretty amazing thing happen. We got new carpeting. Now, the old carpeting that we had here was actually laid down before I was born. And it served us well for many, many years. We got new carpeting this year. And it just broke my heart that on the day we got new carpeting was also the day we got the message from the bishop that we weren't really supposed to have Sunday services. And so we had all this wonderful new look to the church and couldn't really share it. So at some point I'm going to take the camera and walk around so you can kind of see what the new carpeting looks like. It's gorgeous. I hope it lasts us every bit as long as the old carpet did. And I can't thank everyone involved enough for all the things that this church has been able to step up and do. From the new carpeting to the fellowship hall to all the things that folks have stepped up and done, all with the primary goal of trying to make sure we are sharing God's love with others. The whole point of the fellowship hall was to be able to reach out to the community, to try and find new ways that we could bring people in to just have a comfortable, safe place that they can be. That's what this church is, a comfortable, safe place where a congregational family can meet. Right now, for the foreseeable future, we're going to be meeting online. It's going to be weird, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really challenging, and it may take me the rest of the day just to figure out how to get this uploaded onto YouTube. And I've had my phone going with a Facebook Live, and I can't see anything, so I'm not sure if it's actually going out or not. So we'll have to wait and see. Folks, take time to be holy. Take time to read your scripture. Take time to reach out to your neighbors, to your family. Take time to reach out and connect to the people in your house. Put the phone down, turn the news off. It's going to be okay. Take time to do what we really are called to do, which is love one another. With that, until we meet again.